Good morning, kindergarten. Happy Monday. Alrighty, it is time for a brand new book on this Monday morning, and we are going to read a really fun story called Do Like Kyla. The story is called Do Like Kyla. And in this story, we want to pay very close attention to our characters. I want you to say that word, characters, characters. Now, remember, a character can be a person, an animal, or an object that talks in the story. A character can be a person, an animal, or an object that talks in the story. So for example, sometimes our stories have people, sometimes our stories can have animals, sometimes our stories can have objects. Like maybe you have a story where there's a talking bear, or maybe you have a story where there are talking toasters or ovens or something like that. So characters can be a person, an animal, or an object that talks in the story. So we're going to focus today on our characters in the story Do Like Kyla. So pay very close attention to the characters that we are going to see in Do Like Kyla. This is a great story, and it's written by Angela Johnson, who is the author of the story. And remember, the author writes the words, and James Ransom, he's the illustrator. He draws, or in this case, he painted these pictures. So the illustrator draws or paints the pictures in the story. Angela Johnson is the author. She wrote the words. James Ransom is the illustrator. He painted these pictures, okay? So in our story, Do Like Kyla, we're gonna see two sisters. And the big sister is named Kyla. And we're not gonna know what the little sister's name is, but the big sister's name is Kyla. And you can make up your own name for the little sister. Let's get started. Do Like Kyla. And as we can see already, before we even read, we see their boots in the front hall. Oh, and I see these two sisters looking out the window. In the morning, my big sister Kyla stands at the window, tapping at the birds. I do like Kyla, only standing on the bed. Kyla pulls her sweater over her head and stretches. I do like Kyla. So again, we know the big sister's name. Her name is Kyla, but we don't know the little sister's name. So you can make up your own name for the little sister. But again, these two are our characters. They are talking or moving about in our story. We sit in front of the big mirror in our room, and Kyla braids her hair with quick fingers. I tried to do like Kyla in front of the mirror. Kyla says, beautiful. I do like Kyla and say, beautiful. So right now, I also notice that Kyla and the little sister, they're in their room. Right now, they are in the room and they're braiding their hair. And we keep hearing that phrase, do like Kyla, over and over again. So that's repetition. Oatmeal and apples for breakfast. And I do like Kyla, pouring honey on everything. So again, she is copying her sister in all the things that she does. If you have a little brother or sister, do you notice that they copy you? Or if you have a big brother or a big sister, do you copy them? Mama says, lots of sunshine today. Kyla kisses the sunbeam on the dog's head. I do like Kyla. So again, the little sister is copying her big sister. We're going to the store, so Kyla helps me put my coat on. Warm now, she says. I do like Kyla and say, warm now. I think she's a really good big sister helping her little sister put on her jacket. If you have a little brother or sister, you can make sure their jacket is put on right. me some purple snow boots like Kyla, and we both crunch, crunch in the snow all the way to the store. So I noticed something has changed. They're no longer at the house. Now they're outside in the snow, and the story has told us that they're going to the store. That's a change that's happening in our story. Past the big store window, I see myself. I do like Kyla and skip past the window watching. So again, she's doing everything exactly like her sister. In the good smelling store, Kyla asks for cheese, a bag of apples, and a jar of jam. The man in the white apron says, goodbye and be good. I do like Kyla and say, okay, I will. So now there's a change in the story. Now our characters are in the store. Our characters are in the store, and we can tell in this picture they're leaving because the big sister has the bag and the older man is saying goodbye. Kyla says, want to follow our footsteps back home? I do, just like Kyla, step, step, step. So a good question is, what season is this? Look at the story and look at the evidence. What in the story is telling you what season it is? What is the season? Is it fall, spring, winter, or summer? What is the season? I bet you can figure it out. Use those clues. And as we look at the pages, there are no words, but we see what they talked about earlier. They're following their footsteps in the snow all the way back home. And again, the little sister is doing everything like her big sister. She's copying her. Read me a book, Kyla. Kyla reads to me under the kitchen table. I do like her and say, the end, after the last page. And again, Kyla is being a really good big sister because she's reading her little sister a story. It's almost nighttime at the window. Kyla says, birds must be asleep. I tap at the window. And Kyla does just like me. So one thing I noticed at the end of our story is that Kyla actually imitates or copies her little sister. She imitates or copies her little sister. Wow, that was a great story. I hope you enjoyed that. So again, we want to make sure that in our stories, we are always paying attention to our characters. So say that word, characters. And again, characters in a story can be a person, can be an animal, or it can be an object. It can be a person, an animal, or an object that talks or moves about or does stuff in our story. And remember, our two characters in our story, our main characters, is Kyla the big sister, and even though we don't know her name, it's the little sister as well. She was talking in the story, so was Kyla. Those were our characters. Those are people that are talking or doing things in our story. Kyla and her little sister. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thank you so much for listening to this story, and I'll see you later. Bye.